One-armed man is declaring for the NBA draft.
It wasn't me. It was the one-armed man.
This is not just a great story. This is not just somebody who is truly inspirational. This is something that we could all get behind, and it's a very slim chance of happening, but God damn it, I hope it happens. I am rooting for this kid named Hansel Emmanuel. So who am I talking about?
Who? I'll tell you who.
Named Hansel Emmanuel, who's declaring for the NBA draft. And as you can see here, he has one goddamn arm. The 6'6" guard from the Dominican Republic lost his left arm in a childhood accident at the age of 6. And despite that disability, he has been able to become a viral sensation. In high school, he averaged 26 points per game, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, 3.4 blocks. He went on to play college at Austin Peay, and he's an absolutely inspirational human being. And the numbers, are not great, but he's a one-armed man who is not getting any sympathy, that is truly competitive, and I think could actually be at least a prospect in the NBA draft that he just declared for. If you want to give a scouting report, when I see a kid like, Hansel here, he's something between like a Sean Marion and a Jaden McDaniels to me if he only had one arm. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting physically from him. He's explosive, he's a great defender, and I mean, obviously, the higher the competition has gotten, he doesn't dribble as much, but as you can see through the highlights, it's not like he hasn't figured out a lot of clever ways to fool you, even though obviously, he wants to go right. He has the ability to do certain things and moves where he does better than you think, and a lot of people have been very successful in the NBA. The NBA is very much a role player league, I would argue even more than college, where guys don't always need to dribble to be successful. I can give you a lot of examples there. Klay Thompson, definitely did not have to dribble to be successful. Herb Jones, Bruce Bowen, guys like Dennis Rodman, Beasley. There's an ability to find your way in the NBA without being an elite ball handler. And when you're a guy like Hansel, who his strengths include elite athleticism, I mean, at 6'6", 175, this kid can jump out of the gym. He's got great body control. Obviously, he can dunk easily. He can finish in traffic. He's got great defensive instincts as well, disruptive on-ball defender. He's got active hands, great anticipation. He blocks a lot of shots, gets a lot of steals, and his motor and work ethic, they said, is second to none. This kid's like a Westbrook who actually wants to play defense. He competes with urgency. He's known for hustle plays. He puts effort on both ends. Obviously, is mentally tough. He's a one-armed man competing at the highest level, and he's very coachable. And I mean, I have to throw in, obviously, this is marketable. I mean, there's a lot you could do with a one-armed man at the end of your bench that, could at least come and be a role player that is way more useful than some guys currently sitting at the end of benches who nobody comes to see. Thanasis, PJ Tuckers, Haslam back in the day when he was 40,000 years old. There's a marketability to having him out there. And obviously there's limitations, one-handed, so, he's going to struggle with ball handling. You're going to be able to double team and pressure him. That's been a problem, especially, versus elite defenders, so limited dribble combos. He's not a great shooter, and that's also problematic, and he's got a limited jumper. He relies very heavily on his athleticism, finishing around the rim and cuts. The most he could probably be is a, situational energy role player, rebounder, defender, possibly 3-and-D type, and as they're saying so far, unlikely to be drafted, but he could earn, at least a summer league invite, maybe an Exhibit 10 contract, and, maybe some team will see his developmental upside. But in general, besides just the unbelievable, grit and determination that it took to get there, I think he could also be a great inspiration for young and cocky kids, which the NBA is full of, to get a reminder, like a lot of young kids could use, to stop complaining so goddamn much. I'm going to give a quick personal note. When I played JUCO ball, my roommate, he passed away from leukemia, and he had leukemia. It was the second time he had it as he played with us. And I'm telling you, when I say this kid never complained, when I say never complain, they'd run us to death. They would do all this types of stuff to us, and we'd be tired and bitching and moaning. He was the only guy on the team who never had a complaint, never had a bad thing to say, was always happy to be there, and he had leukemia, but he had it to where you forgot he had it. Like, that's how little he ever brought it up or used it as an excuse or did anything other than just try to be a great teammate, work hard, and inspire others. I mean, this kid was truly something special, and I miss him every day. And so I could see a Hansel being something very close to that. Even if he's just on your bench, besides the fact that he's marketable, it could be a great perspective teacher to remind people, like, dude, make do with what you got, man. You know, it's not always, something to make an excuse or cry about. This kid has one freaking arm, and he has a legit chance to at least make the Summer League, maybe one day the NBA. So I had to shout him out. I thought it was a very good story. Hansel Emmanuel, I really hope you make it. And if not, who gives a shit? You are still an inspiration to everybody around you.
Hansel, so hot right now. Hansel.
So hot.